So I'm with Andrew Lovell, who started today's conference with Robert. Andrew, I think, is a psychotherapist, a men's group therapist.
I'm training as a child and adolescent psychotherapist, qualified as a men's group facilitator, and I'm a Cranio Sacral Therapist and a Somantic Experience Practitioner and a musician.
And a musician. And I think that's where I kind of want to start.
Great.
What did you do earlier? What did it bring up for you as well?
Oh, okay. So, well, the conference is music, metaphor, and movement.
Yeah.
So I got the call. Mm-hmm. I'm a therapist, as we just said. I'm a musician, and there's a lot of metaphor that goes on in our lives, in my life. So this morning, we didn't want to begin with some heavy drumming. So I had singing, but a lot of ethereal percussion. So sort of singing bowls, air tubes, Buddha bells, things that bring out emotions and maybe start a metaphor. Oh, that feeling reminds me of a time when I was silent or sad, or that reminds me of Mary or John. What am I doing? Oh, we've all landed. But I began with a shamanic drumming and singing icaros.
Yeah, for me, you really brought the energy. I felt very grounded.
That's the idea.
But also actually quite transported away. It brought up a huge amount for me.
So what I'm doing there is calling in the spirit of all of our ancestors and the energies and what we need to make today successful. So I'm saying, I'm grateful that you're all here. If anyone else needs to come in, please, you're invited. And then I come in powerfully, and then we've got another place to go with the bells and bring it all down and feel emotive.
How does that relate to your therapy work?
Because I'm learning more that the conversation that we have between client and therapist or person to being to being, really, there's a rhythm to it, and sometimes we need to be all ears and someone is talking deeply and profoundly and can be quite hurried at that time, and other times there's moments of silence, but there's so much going on in that silence, and in other times it's very minimal. And that's music, and that's rhythm, and that's drumming. And the more I can be an anchor, a musical anchor, so I'm here, that allows me with the most flexible, strong bit of rope, so a client or a friend can just drift off into some challenging waters, but feel kind of safe.
I think I saw that in how you and Robert interacted the way he was talking through the poem with your music felt like he was anchored, and that allowed him to get into some emotion.
Absolutely, and then of course any time, and again with our clients or being the client or being the therapist, we're being vulnerable. Maybe particularly as a client, but even as a therapist, we're asking a question that can maybe spin someone out, or did I do it right, or should I have said that? Should I left more space? So the similarity of standing in front of an audience or a crowd or a group of people, you're in a vulnerable place, especially when you haven't been
heard. Did you feel that vulnerability?
I'm now at a stage in my life where vulnerability has become a strength. So as a man in my earlier, not that so long ago, but there's no chance I'm being vulnerable, But was that really me? I'm learning not really. It was a mask, it was a cover to cover my vulnerability. So to reveal that now, to be sensitive but strong, to be vulnerable but courageous, to be at times to show a weakness, but the strength in that. So it's all encompassing and all expanding, if we can all be, especially as men.
And that really struck me. I mean, I've done a lot of men's group work, and I found that there's something as being a man, where actually having that vulnerability, that tenderness, along with strength, is really quite difficult.
No, absolutely.
And I really got a sense of that from your opening, and I'm looking forward to your reopening of this afternoon.
Thank you.
And on that note, we need to go back to the conference, so we'll see you again soon.
Look forward to it.